Then the third part of the uh, patient medication adherence, that is the patient related dimension. What is the patient, what is the condition of the patient? So one is first starting from known as the physical factors, that is visual impairment, means patient is not seeing properly or vision is not there. So in terms of that, patient is not taking the medicine properly, that is known as the visual impairment. Second is the hearing impairment. Patient is not going to hear properly the what the doctor says or sister says or his relative says, so that is also another hearing impairment. That is will be the skipping of the any type of the medicine, that would problematic for the patient. That is one of the patient related dimensions. Cognitive impairment, cognitive means to understand what to say and what he understand, that is known as cognitive impairment. So that also be going to take the medicine, that is patient related dimension. Impaired mobility or dexterity. Mobility means he is not moving, in terms of the patient is under the only the bedridden, and the patient is not in the hospital. If the patient is into the hospital, sister is reminded time to time to take the medicine or herself can give the medicine, but the patient is into the home, bedridden is there, so it is time bound medication was there. So in that condition, sometimes time has been changed, or time is not remember to take the medicine at the proper time. Then swallowing problem, may if the pediatric patient is there, very high old patient is there, they are not going to swallow the tablets, so they are taking only the syrup, or is there liquid preparation is there. So in terms of that, the patient relation dimension also responsible for the physical factors to take the medication, that is known as the patient medication adherence. Then psychological and behavioral factors. So psychologically, they what are the psychology of the patient? Knowledge about the disease. The patient has some knowledge of the disease and anything. No, there is no required of the taking the long time medicine. So that is also problematic for them. Perceived risk or susceptibility to the disease. Risk should be perceived by the patient and susceptibility to the disease. So that also disease taken by the patient. So he is not going to take the medicine due to the some type of the risk is there. So understanding reason medication is needed. The medication is needed in terms of the patient related conditions. The what reason I should take the medicine, or any side effect are there, that also problematic. Expectation or attitude toward the treatment. What is the expectation or attitude toward the treatment? Expectation means if they are taking the medicine, how many days is required to take the complete relief from the disease, that is known as the your expectation. Attitude toward the treatment, how can we attitude or changes are there, how what is the perception of the treatment. Perceived benefit of treatment is benefit to me or not. Definitely the treatment is benefit to the patient, but sometimes they have the doubt about that. Confidence in ability to follow the treatment regimen. Different types of the abilities should be there to treatment regimen. Regimen means this prescription is there. Then psychology effect to that, motivation is sometimes motivation is required to the patient. If patient is not willing to take the medicine like a long time, so his relatives should convince him to take the medicine time to time for the long time. Fear of possible adverse effects. So sometimes adverse effects are produced are there. So this adverse effect has the doubt to the patient. So this adverse effect can be produced to myself. So in that condition, they are also producing to the patient medication adherence. Fear of dependence. Fear of dependence means if I take the medicine, I will be if I am not going to uh, proper treatment is not there, and disease cannot be cured, so I may be uh, dependent to my family. So that also the fear to the patient. Feeling stigmatized by the disease. Feeling stigmatized means if you have the any stigma means society stigma. If I have found a certain types of diseases, people are not going to talk, people are going to boycott. So these are producing the some problematic to the patient. Frustration with the healthcare providers. Frustration means they are very already into the mind that healthcare providers are only to take the money from the patient, so he has to fear from their or particular perception around the healthcare providers. So medication is only 100 rupees, he taking 1000 rupees, patient is doctor is taking the 500 or 1000 rupees type of the fee. So that also the patient believe that why he is taking so much of money to the medicine. So that also the belief to the frustration, that is known as the frustration with the healthcare providers. If this frustration is there, medicine is not properly taken by the patient. Then psychological stress, anxiety and anger. Psychological stress means he is in a psychological diseases, so he is not going to believe anyone. He cannot trust to the anyone. Then anxiety, anxiety means always under the tension. So due to the tension, his blood pressure always high, and he is not going to sleep properly time to time. So that is known as the anxiety, and his brain is every time active is there. So he has the some problem with the his mind. And then anger, every time he is going to make the anger or very problematic condition to the society or your family members, so anger is there. So this type of the anger if is there, so the medication is not properly taken by the patient. So that is psychological stress, anxiety and anger also problematic to the patient. Then alcohol or substance abuse, if alcohol is taking the time to time his daily basis, so medicine cannot affect the properly. Or substance abuse, substance means different types of chemicals. Different chemicals means like marijuana, cannabis or cocaine. This type of the substances are there, known as the narcotic substances. Narcotic drugs are there. So if drug abusing patient is there, so this type of the patient also not taking the medicine properly. He is taking only the substance properly. So that also be problem for the lack of medication adherence. Patient medication adherence is produced. Then measuring adherence, how to take the measuring adherence from the patient. So there are several methods are there. One method is the medication event monitoring system. These are the most accurate method of the measuring adherence because they record the date and time the medication bottle is opened through the microprocessor. When you opened, the time and date is recorded, how much dosage has been taken, that is recorded. Technology embedded into the cap. Advantage is with the microprocessor. Erroneous, not faith, false, because point may remove more than one dose. If you take the one dose, so two dose or three dose can be removed. So that is the not accurate. Very expensive, expense is there. Not is low cost is not available, and different devices are needed for the each medication. So it is very complicated and expensive. Therefore, it is an impractical way to determine the adherence in the clinical practice. So it is not able to take the this type of condition. Then patient self reports, it is the easiest method. When adherence is being assessed, open ended questions should be asked. Instead of asking are you taking your medications, is the first question, and healthcare providers should phrase the questions along the line of how many times in the past week you have skipped the your medicine. Means patient self reports. Pill counts, how many pills or tablets have taken or how many remaining is there. Pharmacy databases or refill rates, how many you have taken the repetitive medicine have you taken or not. Blood levels, what is the blood levels of the medicine, and which also employed in research are more feasible option for the clinical practice. Then Morrisky's medication adherence scale, MMAS, it is designed to distinguish poorly adherence patient from those with medium to high adherence to their antihypertensive regimens. So MMAS consists of questions addressing the multiple reasons for non-adherence, because regimen complexity can lead to the non-compliance. Non-compliance means he is not taken the medicine. The scale contains the question assessing whether the patient feels hassled, trouble or tense about his or her regimen. Then these patients tend to give their healthcare providers positive answers to please them. So that are the problematic conditions. The questions in the Morisky study were phrased to avoid this bias. Each question measure specific medication taking behavior rather than adherence or compliance behavior is there. So Morisky's medication adherence scale is there. So adherence scale can be given in terms of the patient. So this type of the questionnaire is to ask to the patient, do you sometimes forget to take the your high BP pills, forget or not? Over the past 2 weeks, were there any days that you did not take the high BP medications or not? Have you ever cut back or stopped taking your medication without telling your doctor because you felt worse when you take it? Then when you travel or leave home, do you sometimes forget to take the medication? That like driver type of employment is there. Did you take your high BP medication yesterday or not? When you feel that your BP is under control, do you sometimes stop taking your medications is there very important. Taking medication every day is a real inconvenience for some people. Do you ever feel hassled about the sticking to your BP treatment plan? How to how often do you have difficulty remembering to take your BP medication? So this questionnaire should be asked to the patient for your patient medication. Methods can improve the medication adherence by the pharmacist. So that is not the role of pharmacist for the improve the medications. Use kitchen table consults, improve pharmacy workflow, simplify patient medications, identify reasons for medication non-adherence, ask patient specific questions about their medication. So pharmacist can push up to the patient around the to take the medicine properly time to time. So he can make the work chart flow to the patient. So that is the role of pharmacist. Then role of pharmacist: while medication dispense is the best known function of the pharmacist through counseling, medication therapy management, MTM, disease rate state management and other means can play pivotal role in the patient care. These are the opportunities in every type of pharmacy practice to improve the patient adherence and therapeutic outcomes, and pharmacist must embrace and act on them. So these are the activity of the pharmacist towards your patient. So one by one, these are the points to role of pharmacist. Patient education: you should give the information to the patient. Dosing, simplification and minimization of adverse effect are extremely successful strategies for improving the adherence. So that is dosing simplification. Preparing a dosing chart: so this is very important in terms of dosing chart containing only the most essential elements of the patient's medication can be highly beneficial. Card is very important. It can be extremely helpful for patient who take the many medication or who give the cognitive barrier. Cognitive barrier means to understand your mind. So this is the dosing card. So this course, the dosing card is given by the depending on your time, that is this dosing card in the only evening time. Starting from the left side, one pills is not there, means one pills is taken by the patient, and this is one by one is given by the dosing card is prepared by the pharmacist to the patient. Then that is sure made is there. So it is given in terms of the your activities depending on your depending on the weekly basis. So weekly basis there is given to the patient. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 7 days every time. 1 2 3 4 5 means 35 days. Around 1 month medication is given to the your card, and you can see the yellow tablet, red tablet, white capsule, white tablet is there, and black is there, means this amount of the medication should take by the patient by the one time. So that is very important for the, if different packets are there, so patient is very confused for your to take the medicine. So a very effective part, this is a very effective part for the to take the medicine by the patient. So this is in given by the your day wise, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, like that, and mixing of all type of medicine is one place. So also given by the patient. Reminding calls, text or emails are helpful for many patients, especially those busy with the lifestyle. Automatic refills are very useful. So this is the part is given by the patient medication adherence. Whatever the barriers to adherence may be, only way to assess them is to talk to the patient. The pharmacist need to be diligent. Diligent means to pay attention, to alert about the including the patient into the your treatment experience. The more trust to the patient has to the pharmacist a very trustful man, and more he or she will open or disclose any apprehension means to fear or difficulties about taking his or her medication. Only then can pharmacist play an integral role in improving patient adherence. Very important in terms of, and this is the end part of the pharmacy practice of this topic known as a patient medication adherence.